is fast approaching, and what better way to celebrate the year than with some stats? Spotify Wrapped and Goodreads summaries are just not enough at this stage, so let's elevate to a whole bunch of pages and document the year that passed. I have been doing these kinds of summaries for a while in one way or another, but now that I've actually graduated to a full-blown obsession, I have dedicated list pages like this one is for 2021, and I use these 2021 numbers my friend drew me at the start of the year, and I hung them as decorations. And for 2022, I've just printed my Spotify Wrapped and did a few lists on this page here. This year I'm thinking even more lists. I've put together a few templates for these pages and they're completely free. You can sign up for my upcoming newsletter with the link in the description box down below and download them. I'm starting this newsletter for 2024. I'll send out fun digital mail once every few weeks, and it's going to be filled with some fun learnings and planner happenings. It'd be really fun if you decided to participate and create these pages for yourself. You can print them out for the classic Happy Planner. You just need to print at 82%. I've printed them out on the sticker paper as I thought it'd be a bit more thicker than your regular paper. I just roughly cut them out and stuck them on these Happy Planner pages. You can print them out on any paper and cut accordingly. Just need to mind the bit that will need punching out. I've not been perfect minding that and centering these pages, but what can you do? Spoiler alert, there might be a few other little imperfections coming up. I've printed all the photos I'll use on one sheet using Canva. I had some photo paper that came with my sticker printer, so I decided to use a page for this. I suggest you print the pages first and then size the photos. If you're printing at 82%, I put some measurements in the description box. The first page I decided to make is this favorites page. It's really hard to come up with the absolute favorite, let me tell you. For the podcast, I've selected Rise and Conquer Podcast as this fun self-development podcast with the hint of manifestation. I'm a huge fan of all they do and selected it as my favorite as I've been looking forward to their episodes the most. For the artists and songs, it's this band called Måneskin. I love their music so much. For the YouTuber, it's Natasha Ocean. She's a feel-good fitness YouTuber. Then I put a new show as I tend to watch the same ones and it's just impossible to choose a favorite one from those. So a new show I watched and loved was Young Sheldon. Again, the feel-good one, that's kind of a running theme. For food, I put halloumi fries. I would have gone with garlic bread, but I feel like I've discovered halloumi this year and it deserves a mention. I divided books into fiction and non-fiction, and The Housemaid's Secret absolutely deserves the top first. I just love the series. For the non-fiction, I went with In Order to Live. It's an amazing story about this woman escaping North Korea. I knew close to nothing about North Korea and it was an amazing read to know and learn all about it. Finally, for social media, I had to go with these travel influencers, Ian and Anna. I just feel so inspired to see that there's an alternative life when you get to travel more. I thought it'd be fun to color in the favorites at the top, but I quickly changed my mind as it looked awful, so I had to reprint the font again. So frustrated. I used these little strips from Feels Like Sunshine sticker book from the Happy Planner as I thought it matched the orange colors and it just adds so much whimsy to a page. If I said it was hard to come up with my favorites, this monthly highlights page just took it to another level. I went through my photos and selecting one event was just impossible. I finally selected these. My friend came to visit me from Lithuania in January. Then we went to see Aldo Kane, who's this incredible adventure in February. There was my first 5K running event in March. For April, I did my first Munro, which is a type of mountain in Scotland. In May, we had this Radio 1 festival where one of my favorite bands was playing. I went to Corfu in June and to Edinburgh for a concert in July. Then we went to see Glenfinnan Viaduct from Harry Potter in August. I came back home to Lithuania for my friend's wedding in September. October brought on another running event, this time 10K. In November, we went to see Chris Williamson from another favorite podcast, Mono Wisdom. And December, we got to see this amazing, beautiful Other Hell. It was such a great year. I do like reflecting on these amazing moments. For decoration, I use this Simple Bright sticker book. It's my go-to from the Happy Planner for memory keeping as it has little elements to put on the pages. I love how this Find Your Joy sticker fit that bit near the margin too. It would have bugged me if I cut a little bit too much from the right side of it otherwise. Last page in the template is this top 3 list page. I do love lists most of all, although I have to agree that those lists were just the first that came to my mind and are a bit random, along with some of the answers as well, but it's part of what makes them so fun, not overthinking and weighting my answers too much. Silly me, I initially put workouts 2 times on this, so I had to reprint a little section to cover it with and put household items. I'm trying to document these daily bits more as they're often overlooked. I'll try to come up with more prompts like that in the future, as I definitely tend to skip the bits I do every day and replace them with the big events. As these 2 pages would go together in my notebook, I used the same Simple Bright sticker book and just sprinkled these shapes across. The last page in this is my Spotify Wrapped page, which is my absolute favorite thing. That's the sole reason I subscribed to Spotify. It was really fun to put these photos across, but I really struggled with lettering Spotify, one of these instances when nothing worked. I tried to put similar empty kind of letters like my printed font, but it of course looked nothing like it. Then I stuck some sticker paper from the margins on top and tried to write out Spotify, only for it to look horribly as well. I used some of the little strips from the Feels Like Sunshine sticker book. I even thought that putting one of these strips on top might dull the letters a bit, but it didn't. So finally I stuck another good chunk on top again and used some of my pinkish alphabet stickers from Plans and Blanks. I think the colors match really well, which is great. Just my lettering below is not ideal, but I'll leave them be, it's fine. I just love how these pages turned out. I'm the most sentimental person of all, so looking back through all these bits just make me so happy. Please do tag me if you decide to use these pages, or DM me on Instagram. I would love to see your creations and lists, and it doesn't even have to be photos, just anything you wanted it to be. Full creative freedom. What are your favorites of 2023? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you like this video, you might also want to check this one out that's documenting my monthly favorites. Watch that one next, and I shall see you in my next craft session.